Hey, how's it going guys? It's your boy. Now the whole Brett Kavanaugh thing, I've not really made a video on yet. Now at first I was like, I'm not going to make a video on this because it's American politics and I don't go into American politics unless it either personally interests me or it says something that I'm really interested in about. And for a while I really didn't touch it because one, I didn't know who he was. He's not somebody who's well known in Britain until, well, he's still not really well known, but he was a nobody in this country. I didn't know who he was, I didn't know what it was about. I kept hearing this thing about Christine Blasey Ford, whatever she's called, and accusations, but I didn't know what is accusations. This guy wants to be a Supreme Judge, but the Democrats don't want him to be a Supreme Judge because that will create a Republican majority, blah, 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 blah. But then I noticed that it was about rape accusations, or rather false rape accusations, as it has now been proven. And then that really piqued my interest because that's something that I'm interested in. False rape accusations, men's rights, things like that. And for what you want to know, yeah, I do think it was a false accusation. I think, considering that she's literally been out there in public, she's literally exposed herself as a liar at this rate, that really the only person who should be punished for anything is her for lying. But there's my opinion. It was nothing more than a fake allegation designed to try and stop one guy from entering the Supreme Justices because the Democrats don't want somebody who's Republican to basically create a majority for the Republicans. That's literally it. It's a political thing and it shows how low they're willing to go. That's basically what my opinion in a nutshell. I don't really need to make a video on that because loads of people have already said it, and I've said constantly about what these false accusations say about Western society as a whole. However, what has piqued my interest again is some of the hot takes by well-known people, people who should know better, and one person who's reported to have been so red-pilled recently, pumped full of red pills, that she really ought to know better, but she hasn't really changed. And I'm talking about Billy the Fridge and Laci Green. Now, what has Billy the Fridge said, and what has Laci Green said that has provoked my ire, and why I once again have to call her out? And why do I have to call Billy the Fridge out? I mean, I don't mind Billy the Fridge. He's a good rapper, he made some good stuff, but this hot take is either one, he's trolling, or he's being intentionally contrarian, or he really does believe this and he's an idiot. Now, this is what he said. Unpopular opinion: I would rather be falsely accused of rape than have somebody who was actually raped be too afraid to speak up. Billy, I don't even know where to start. Okay, Billy, right. You would rather be falsely accused than somebody be afraid to speak up, but you do understand that the more people falsely accuse men of raping them, the more actual people will not be believed. Therefore, these people will be less likely to go out and go to the police and come forward with what's happened to them because they think they won't be believed. That's what actually would happen. That's what does happen. It's called The Boy Who Cries Wolf. I mean, have you heard of that story? I don't understand how due process leads to people not wanting to come forward. I mean, I just don't understand. And I also don't understand how the opposite case of what I just said doesn't make people come forward. I mean, I don't understand how it doesn't make people not believe people either. But hey, apparently you would rather be falsely accused than let somebody not come forward for whatever reason. That's basically the same as saying, I would rather 10 innocent people die than let one guilty person walk free. That's if you're for the death penalty, which I don't know if you are, but would you agree with that statement, that you would rather 10 innocent people die than one guilty person walk free in a court of law? Would we rather just believe all victims, regardless of evidence and context and things like that? Well, alleged victims, in this case it's a court of law, and just send anybody who's been accused to jail? I mean, getting rid of blind justice and innocent until proven guilty, one of the most fundamental aspects of law. Is that what you want to get rid of? I know I'm asserting, but that's what this leads to. This is what this kind of mentality leads to. The slippery slope of no justice in the name of justice. It just shows, one, your ignorance on the topic, and also your disregard for the actual victims of false allegations. And it'll be interesting to see your hot takes if it ever happens to you. I bet you won't be saying this. Would you really be saying, you know what, yeah, falsely accuse me, I didn't do anything wrong, but you know what, As long as women aren't afraid to come forward, I mean, you don't seem to care about the male victims for some reason, that's okay. I'm willing to take the bullet. I will take the L for you. I can't tell if you're a white knight or just stupid. It's probably both. But it doesn't just end there. Laci Green says, this doesn't strike me as a political statement so much as a statement about who you are and your selflessness toward those who are hurting. Makes me happy to squish you and call you a friend. Or friend. I don't know if it was a typo or she ran out of words. Laci has learned nothing, it seems, from being in a relationship with Chris Reagan and all those videos where she was talking about how different she was and how she wants to talk to people. Laci, you're once again showing your disregard for the other gender's opinion and their experience, and you're just happy for women to be believed regardless if they're lying or not, and regardless for the rule of law and trying to, find evidence to prove somebody's guilty or not, innocent until proven guilty. It seems you still do not care about that whatsoever. This does not show selflessness in any way. This is foolishness. This is idiocy. And it's virtue signalling. If he is virtue signalling, he could be trolling us for all I know. So basically, being an idiot and saying that I would rather be falsely accused and, have my rights basically ignored, innocent until proven guilty. I'd rather be guilty until proven innocent, as long as one person is allowed, or women in general, whatever, can come forward with their stories. It's selfless. We know where you stand, but that's been known for a long time now. You know what? It really makes you think about the thing that Louis Levi said in the video, where there are certain YouTubers who you wonder, do they really believe what they purport to believe? The beliefs that got them big in the first place. He's talking mainly about anti-SJW, anti-feminist types who always seem to bat for the other side on certain topics when they're supposed to be the opposite. Like this, for example. I'm not saying Laci Green is an anti-SJW, she's not, but Billy the Fridge is definitely not an SJW as far as I know. Then again, nor is he an anti as far as I'm aware, but he is on The Drunken Peasants now. He is one of their hosts, so, I don't know. He must be. I just can't believe he genuinely thinks that. Yeah, it is an unpopular opinion because it's wrong. But you know what? This is probably a lot of people's opinions on this before it actually happens to them. I'm sure a lot of male feminists think that before they too get, Me Too'd. I could go on, really, but that's really all there is to it. It's just stupid hot takes by two stupid people, it seems. So, what more can I say? So, until next time, guys, it's been your boy. Remember, innocent till proven guilty. Always believe in your principles, and I'll see you later.